Ethiopia, home to 100 plus people, birthplace of coffee, seat of the African Union, with ancient roots. Ethiopia's history stretches back to prehistoric times. Dahomey, the oldest kingdom here, coexisted with ancient Egypt. Across the Red Sea, Yemen had the kingdom of Saba. They had close ties. Some think they were one kingdom. Ethiopian legend says this was the Queen of Sheba's homeland. She joined Solomon of Israel, had a son who returned to rule Ethiopia. This began a royal line claiming descent from Solomon. The Ark of the Covenant has been safely in Ethiopia for 500 plus years. Dahomey faded into city-states around 400 BC. Aksum rose as Ethiopia's first documented major power. It united northern Ethiopia around the 1st century BC. Based on the plateau, they expanded outward. By the 1st century AD, Aksum was a trade hub between Rome and India. A Persian scholar called Aksum one of the world's 4 great powers. Aksum minted gold coins used widely from the Mediterranean to India. King Ezana made Christianity the state religion around 325 AD. They were the first state to put a cross on its coins. Ezana fought Kush, reaching Roman Egypt's borders. His titles included King of Saba and Himyar, modern Yemen. He likely controlled or influenced these kingdoms. Aksum peaked under King Caleb, who invaded Arabia in 520 AD. He fought Yemen's Jewish king Yusuf over Christian persecution. After installing a Christian leader, his own general took over Himyar. This general, Abraha, invaded Mecca in 570 AD, mentioned in the Quran. The rise of the Arab Empire led to the decline of both kingdoms. Aksum was cut off from the Roman Empire and its trade. Aksum slowly declined, retreating to the highlands. Elodia formed to its north, adopting Coptic Christianity. They spoke in a Muic dialect, unlike Aksum's Semitic script. Ethiopian tradition says a pagan warlord destroyed Aksum around 1000 AD. She burned churches and hunted the royal family. Her dynasty's last ruler was overthrown in 1137 by Meritokla Hymenot. He established the Zagwe dynasty, though some say it was earlier. Zagwe's famous ruler, Gabriel Ali Bella, built 11 rock-hewn churches. He tried to build a new Jerusalem after Muslims took the old one in 1187. The Zagwe lacked direct descent from King Solomon, a key claim. Around 1270, a dynasty claiming Solomonic descent overthrew them. This Solomonic line ruled Ethiopia for over 700 years, with one break. The Abyssinian Adal War saw Adal Sultanate annex Ethiopia with Ottoman help. Ethiopians, with Portuguese aid, pushed them back. The Age of Princes, 1769 to 1855, saw Ethiopia fractured and decentralized. Emperors were figureheads in Gondar. Local warlords fought for power. Tewodros II re-established his dynasty's authority. He later committed suicide rather than be captured by the British. The British looted the capital, taking crowns and treasures to Britain. Egypt's Ismail Pasha invaded in 1874, aiming to control the Nile. His army included American and European officers. Ethiopia, having modernized its military, decisively defeated the Egyptians. Emperor Yohannes died fighting Sudanese raiders 13 years later. His successor, Menelik II, expanded Ethiopia and defeated Italy. Technologically superior Italians were crushed in a war they expected to win easily. Decades later, Mussolini invaded with a massive force. Despite the overwhelming numbers, it was a long, brutal war. Italy gained little, committing atrocities and never fully controlling Ethiopia. Emperor Haile Selassie returned from exile to rally resistance. The British invaded in 1941, aided by Ethiopian fighters. Italian rule ended in 1941 with the surrender of remaining forces. The monarchy was restored, and Haile Selassie slowly introduced reforms. Some blamed his grip on power for slow modernization. During the Cold War, the U.S. backed Selassie. Drought and famine in 1974 led to his overthrow by a military faction. They saw him as a Western agent. Eritrea joined, forming a chaotic state. Disastrous socialist policies plagued the new state. Mengistu Haile Mariam ended the power struggle, creating a Soviet-style state. This included famines and genocide. In 1991, as rebels approached Addis Ababa, he fled to Zimbabwe. He still resides there today, despite extradition calls. A transitional government drafted a new constitution. It allowed regions to secede. Eritrea did so immediately. This formed the modern nation-state of Ethiopia. This is Epimetheus. Thanks to my Patreon supporters and subscribers. New here? Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and like the video. Bonus fact: the Rastafari religion in Jamaica views Emperor Haile Selassie as Christ's second coming. Monarchy back after war. Decades later, Haile Selassie tried slow democratic changes. But some said he was too slow. During the Cold War, the U.S. backed Selassie. Then, drought and famine hit in 1974. The old king was ousted by socialists. They saw him as a Western puppet. They joined Eritrea, creating a messy state. Internal fights and bad socialist plans made things worse. Mengistu Haile Mariam ended a 10-year fight. He built a Soviet-style state, with famine and death. In 1991, rebels neared Addis Ababa. He fled, getting asylum in Zimbabwe with Mugabe. He's still there. At 80, despite extradition calls, Ethiopia got a new transitional government. They wrote a new constitution. Any ethnic region could secede. Eritrea did. That's the Ethiopia of today. This is Epimetheus. Big thanks to my Patreon patrons for helping fund this. And to my subscribers. New here? Hit the bell for alerts and smash like. One more fun fact for sticking around. The Rastafari religion. Born in Jamaica in the 1930s, sees Emperor Haile Selassie as Christ's return and God on earth.